For Robertson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Education. Will the minister inform the House how the government's higher education reforms announced in the budget will help more students gain a higher education qualification on the New South Wales Central Coast and in other regional areas?
I call the Honourable Minister for Education.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the member for Robertson for her question. Yesterday I was very fortunate to meet with the mayors of Wyong and Gosford from the New South Wales Central Coast, who are both very ably represented by the members for Dobell and the members for Robertson, very ably represented by them both. And they were very pleased, Madam Speaker, to hear how the government's higher education reforms will be of such enormous benefit to a regional area like the Central Coast of New South Wales, and they'll be of benefit in three particular ways. They were very pleased to hear that because we're extending taxpayers' subsidies per student to non-university higher education providers, that will be a shot in the arm, a financial shot in the arm, to the 4 TAFEs that exist on the Central Coast of New South Wales. And on National TAFE Day, it's good to be able to explain to TAFEs that they will get a large financial support out of the government because of that first aspect of our reforms. Secondly, of course, we are removing the cap on diplomas and associate degrees so that universities like the University of Newcastle, which offer a high preponderance of such associate degrees and diplomas, especially on the Central Coast, will be able to expand their offerings to students in an area that will service eventually 400,000 people on New South Wales' Central Coast. That will be a widening of opportunity to more students, particularly from low socioeconomic status backgrounds, who typically use those kinds of courses to go into undergraduate degrees and find a pathway to universities. And finally, Madam Speaker, if the University of Newcastle doesn't take up the opportunity of both the lifting of the cap and the expansion of the Commonwealth grant scheme to non-university higher education providers, then the competition that we've created in the market will allow new entrants into the Central Coast of New South Wales to compete with the University of Newcastle. So forcing the University of Newcastle to in fact offer those courses if they want to keep their market, or the new providers, using the new freedoms of a deregulated system, will be able to give low SES young people on the New South Wales Central Coast the opportunity to get a higher education qualification and improve their chances of increasing their income over a lifetime. So it's very good news for regional Australia in the higher education reforms, and the mayors were very pleased to see it. These 2 measures alone are costing $820 million. So our priorities are to put $820 million into higher education. Labor's priority is to spend $1 billion a month being sent overseas to debtors overseas to pay the interest alone on the government's debt that was left to us by Labor. Labor's priority is $1 billion a month in interest repayments. Ours is $820 million to expand opportunity.